welcome to part 2 of the 10th anniversary TheNMan64 special. As usual with these Q&A sessions that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have gameplay going on in the background. And what better game to have gameplay of than Mario Party 3, arguably my best Let's Play. And I'm going last. Oh, I'm sorry, the AI that will be playing as Yoshi will be going last. I'm technically not going last, because I'm going to decide who I'm going to be while watching the gameplay and talking about the very many questions that I have, because I have 14 questions to answer. And I'm just hoping that this video will give me enough time to, answer them. So, without further ado, let's proceed by eliminating myself from play. And now the issue is I'm going to have to mix up these questions because it's primarily anonymous and some from Mark Leota. So I'm going to be reading back and forth from each of these responses. So let's see. Let's start with this first question from Anonymous. I'm going to try to link them up and find some common ground between the questions, but we're going to start with this one because I feel like this one might be one of the tougher questions to get through. First question is from Anonymous, and it is, how did you feel about the final seasons of Star vs. the Forces of Evil and Game of Thrones, since you are a fan of both shows? The thing about both those shows is that they could not be more opposite in how they progress and do things. I mean, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, the last 2 seasons, has had the tendency of starting off very poorly, with a bunch of just only okay episodes, and then coming out with a bunch of really strong ones at the end, and basically ending out really well. Game of Thrones has had the opposite issue, where it starts off really well. The first 2 episodes of Season 7 are really good. The first 2 episodes of Season 8 are really good. In fact, Episode 2 of Season 8, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is probably one of my favorite episodes of all time. It's a very good character development episode. There isn't a lot of action in it. Well, there is action, but not the kind of zombie slaying, dragon burning action that we're used to. They saved that for the last 3 episodes. Well, last 4 episodes, but whatever. As for Star vs. the Forces of Evil, I love that show. I have a very weird relationship with that show. I do love it, but it does drive me nuts half the time when they do some of the stuff that they do. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous sometimes. They had a whole subplot of an episode where Marco goes on a journey with Kelly, I think to return a library book or something, and the two end up realizing that they like each other on the journey. And then you're like, oh, well, Star is with Tom and Marco can be with Kelly and everyone's gonna be happy. And then the very next episode is when they go to break the Blood Moon Ball Curse, or the Blood Moon Curse, or whatever it is, and it's immediately back to Star and Marco being like, well, what if it wasn't the curse that made us like each other? But whatever. And Game of Thrones, while it was rushed, I still really enjoyed, because no matter what happens, even at its worst, Game of Thrones is still better than the majority of shows that are on Netflix, on TV, on Hulu, on any of the other streaming services. It's better than all of those shows, even at its lowest points, which personally I think its lowest points were in Season 5, but we'll do that if I ever have a Game of Thrones video. Doubtful, because there aren't that many stuff about Game of Thrones. But whatever. Alright, question number 2 is another anonymous one, and then we're going to go to a couple Mark Leota questions. Will you make another compilation video for The Lion King, since the remake is going to be in theaters soon? Now, I have to stress this point. I made that Aladdin one because I felt that of the 3 remakes that were going to be out this year, 4 if you count Lady and the Tramp, but I don't think that one's going to be out this year. I thought of the 3, Dumbo, Aladdin, and Lion King, that Aladdin was going to be the best of them. And I mean, by best, I mean least awful. And I was wrong. I actually watched Aladdin the day it came out. I saw it in theaters. And it was a mess. So, truth be told, the next of those compilation videos is going to basically be whatever I feel like doing. If it's Cinderella, it's Cinderella. If it's Snow White, it's Snow White. If it's Pinocchio, it's Pinocchio. It's going to be any video that I feel like making with the compilation of trailers and promos and shit from those movies. There's going to be no serious drawing in and all that. There's going to be no, like, major, you know, issues when it comes to that. And there's no planned schedule, so the next compilation can come out in a couple of weeks, could come out in a couple of days, could come out in a year or so, I don't know. But while I wait to continue to build up my 1999 collection, we will have to think of some other things to do. Okay, the next one is from Mark Leota, and he would like to know who is my favorite Kingdom Hearts character. That's my homeboy, my baby boy, my special boy, my best friend, Riku, because Riku is the greatest thing that has ever happened. Actually, no, that's a lie. Riku isn't the greatest thing that's ever happened, but he is my favorite character because of the, I'd say of the 9, of like the trios, of all the 9 characters in the trios, I'd say Riku probably has the most character development, or at least most unpredictable character development. Ooh, Waluigi's going to Game Guy. Well, that's not gonna end well. But yeah, I'd say definitely have to say Riku. He has the most character development. He doesn't have the most frustrating line reads and shit. And oh my god, he's going for the 64 times multiplier again. Are you freaking serious? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chain Chomp. Thank you, Chain Chomp. I don't think I'd be able to handle another 64 times multiplier for Waluigi. But of the 9 in the trio, so Sora, Riku, Kairi, Roxas, Xion, and Axel, and then Terra, Ven, and Aqua, who we have not seen yet, because I haven't played Birth by Sleep yet on the channel. Riku definitely has the most character development. He's the character that's most sympathetic for us, other than maybe Roxas or Xion, but honestly, I just have to say Riku, because Riku is Riku. Alright, let's see, what other, do I have another Mark Leota question that pertains to King, oh wow, I actually do. If you could be any Kingdom Hearts character, who would it be? Again, Riku, because Riku really goes through the most and comes out a much stronger and better person in the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Granted, he doesn't have that much to do in Kingdom Hearts 3, but he's still a pretty important character, all things considered. But that's enough of that. Let's jump to the next anonymous question. Let's see. I find myself struggling to bring in subscribers to my YouTube channel. While other channels I am subscribed to have subscriber totals in the thousands and some in the millions, I haven't been able to get past, well, I don't want to say anything for this because this is probably private, but he did leave me his exact total, or her exact total. Granted, I don't speak to everybody and they have their channels. I'm starting to lose hope in my dream of making it big on YouTube. How can I bring in more subs? Working on YouTube is a very fickle thing. Now, I'm I'm probably the worst person to ask because I'm not in this for the sub counts. I'm in this just to make entertaining videos that people like and people love. Even if it's just calling back to your nostalgia with something like the Disneyland Fun Sing-Along song that I uploaded. If I had to say how to build more subscribers, I'd say you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone a bit. I'm assuming you make videos. I'm assuming you make videos that you like to make, and while that's an important thing, you have to like what you make. It's a very fickle thing because audiences are not all audiences like the same things. Like, there are so many review channels, there are so many Let's Play channels out there that it's just really hard to build a following without basically whoring yourself out. So if I were you, I would get out of my comfort zone. Give it a shot. Like, maybe you'll actually enjoy yourself when you do it. Who knows? But I have faith in you. Believe me. There was a time on my channel where I had about 150 subs. And now, I'm sitting at 3,080, I think. Then again, that number's been very standard since basically the 3,000 subs event, but whatever. We're not talking about that. Alright, next up is another anonymous question, and they would like to know, are there any openings to Disney or any other videos that you do not like? That's pretty obvious. The only openings to movies I don't like are openings that have nothing in front of them. Like, let's say for a Paramount video, it just goes right to the Paramount is pleased to bring you our feature presentation. And then it does the FBI screen and then the Paramount logo. I like to have trailers in front of things. So, and if I watch a VHS, I can basically go into another room, make myself a snack or something, or make myself some food, and then run back in before the movie starts. So, movies that don't have trailers in front of them are ones that I'm not a particularly huge fan of. This includes Disney ones. Fantasia, The Little Mermaid, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty. A lot of the classics, early classics ones, did not have trailers on them for weird reasons. I could never fathom a guess as to why they wouldn't want to advertise other Disney videos on their content, but hey, that was their choice to make, and they made it. But you know what? That's just me. Like, I have a nostalgic hankering for openings videos, so that's just where I am. Or the way I am. Alright. Next question from Anonymous. I really should have read this one next instead of the next two. Now that some time has passed, has your opinion on Kingdom Hearts 3 changed recently? No. I played through Kingdom Hearts 3 twice now. And so far my opinion has not changed. It is still a very good game. A deeply, deeply flawed game, mind you. So I'm not going to say it's the best game in the series, because it's not. It's just a weird thing that, like, all of the things that everyone's been excited for, the final season of Game of Thrones, the Kingdom Hearts 3, everyone's been like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. I'm like, no, it's not. Our expectations were just so high that there was almost no shot that we were going to actually legitimately reach those lofty expectations. So the fact that Square and Disney gave an honest effort for their game was really good. And granted, I would have liked a bit more to the game, but hopefully that's where a final mix might come in. Again, Tetsuya Nomura has been very close-lipped about it, but I know the DLCs are going to be coming out soon for the PS4. I gotta get mine hooked up online, so hopefully I can shenaniganize with that, and then when I finally do my Let's Play, I'd like to do the whole Kingdom Hearts 3 shebang. Maybe a couple of extra secret bosses, or hell, maybe I'd like another world, or like extra events to do in like the Frozen world, or the Pirates of the Caribbean world, something like that. some of my opinions on the worlds have changed. Like, the Pirates of the Caribbean world went from being my least favorite in the first time I played through the game to being one of my top favorites. I mean, it's not as good as the Toy Story world. It's not as good as the Toy Story world. It's not as good as Olympus, and it's not as good as the Tangled world, because the Tangled world was beautiful. They did such a good job making that world. But in reality, no, my opinion really has not changed. I love that Bowser runs away like that. My opinion has not really changed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, let's go back to a Marky Mark question. I know he's not really Marky Mark, but whatever. Let's see. Are you looking forward to the upcoming Pokemon Sword and Shield games for the Switch? Basically, as I'm recording this video, the most recent trailer got dropped, and it has the, what is it, the Dyna Pokemon evolutions, where they could just grow really, really big. I'm just worried that it's going to start to become too gimmicky. As long as they put a good effort in on the story and theming of the game, I think I will enjoy it, and I am going to play it because it's going to be on the Switch, and I only have 4 Switch games, which is why I haven't really been playing on my Switch. So, like, I'll get a bunch of things like, you haven't been on your Switch in a while, and I'm like, I only have 4 games, and I have recording to do. I mean, Mario Sunshine, Project 37, Project 38, 39, and 40, none of them are on the Switch. Honestly, I think the next time I'll be able to get back to playing on my Switch regularly is going to be when I go back to finish off the anthology series for Super Smash Brothers, because that is a game I do have. But I am tentatively looking forward to it. I did not play Gen 7, and I have no interest in playing Gen 7. And judging from the way my opinions have been, I think a lot of my people who've told me how Gen 7 acts knows that I would not like it. So I'm not gonna play Gen 7. Gen 8, I'm genuinely curious about. I am Scottish, and the girl that and the main girl character that you can play as in the game, the girl avatar, she looks like she's gonna be Scottish. And the Scottish Pokemon trainer videos are actually some of the funniest videos I've seen in a while. I take a great pride in my Scottish heritage. That's why I go to the Scottish games in Westbury as often as I can here on Long Island. Alright, Mark, do you have another question that correlates to Pokemon? Ah, you do! Question number 5 from Mark. I'm reading his out of order. I do not know what random number we're on in terms of this, but his 5th question to me is, if you had to pick a number 1 favorite Pokemon, what would it be? That's Kingdra. And for me, it's always been Kingdra because prior to the Fairy type being introduced, Kingdra was probably the most difficult Pokemon to take on in general challenges. I mean, it was Water and Dragon, and because it had the Water type addition, it nullified Dragon's weakness to Ice, so the only thing you could take out with Kingdra would be a Dragon. Or you just have to wait it out, which is why I know a lot of people who use Kingdra have moves like Rest and Sleep Talk attached to it, as well as moves like Outrage or Dragon Pulse or Surf or Hydro Pump, stuff like that. It's a really good Pokemon to use with strategy, and to be honest, I've just loved using Kingdra as often as I can, which is why I boxed my Samurott, poor Schwadawada. I boxed him after finishing the story mode of Pokemon Black, and I used a Kingdra because I love that Pokemon as much as I do. Granted, I didn't get to use as much of it as I hoped I would because of how little I knew about the after-game stuff in that game, but if I had to pick one, Kingdra would be number 1. Very close second is Arcanine, but you guys already knew that. You know I love my Arcanine. Okay. Next question is another anonymous one. Now that you make videos for your channel, do you find any time to watch movies or just play games recreationally? Movies, yes. Playing games recreationally, I only play games recreationally if I really want to play that specific game, or if I have plans on doing it for the channel, unfortunately. Like, I was doing MLB Power Pros for a little bit when I first moved here, and I just really couldn't get into it, and I tried to do it at work on it as a Let's Play, but it just really was not working out. It just would take way too long. I do play games occasionally, like I have been playing Paper Mario recently, the original, on the Virtual Console for the Wii U, because I have the Wii U out for a specific reason. You'll know in a couple of months. But I've been playing that to see if it would work as a game that I would want to play on my channel, and reasonably speaking, I think it would make a pretty fun game. Granted, I'm not that far into the game. I've only just reached the desert, so I'm on like the second chapter of the original game. So, oh my god, Yoshi and DK are playing like garbage. They deserve to lose that one. In terms of movies, I do watch movies recreationally. I have to see if they're gonna work on my channel, or like work on my VCR. And just recently, I've watched through the Star Wars trilogy in widescreen, or the special editions of them in widescreen on video. I've been looking for the original trilogy in its normal, pure form, but I really haven't been able to find it. It's unfortunate, but hey, at least I'm not relegated to just watching, oddly enough, Disney movies, since Disney owns Star Wars. But I have a nice little selection of videos that I can watch from now. And yeah, since I don't have cable in my room, and my Fire Stick has been acting wonky, the only ways I can watch anything that I don't have on Blu-ray or DVD would be on video. So, yeah. Sucks, but hey, what you gonna do? Alright, the next question is another anonymous one. And it is, if you could choose between Halloween and Christmas, which would you choose? Christmas. Look, I'm all in favor of Halloween being all about the spooks and the scares and the frights and all that. Halloween is my sister's holiday and my brother-in-law's holiday. That is their holiday. They love to get dressed up and go partying and eat all the candy, watch the scary movies. I've never been a big scary movie person. Not because I can't handle them, but mostly because they just don't interest me. Like, I've seen a couple of really good scary movies. Like, I've seen the original Psycho, the Hitchcock movie. Sorry about that. I watched the original Hitchcock movie of Psycho. I've watched The Birds, another good Hitchcock movie. And there are a couple of good scary things that I like, but for the most part, when it comes to Halloween, I prefer the stuff that I loved as a kid, like Mickey's House of Villains, or The Great Pumpkin, or actually what's become a tradition for me recently around Halloween time is to watch Ichabod and Mr. Toad, because of the Sleepy Hollow segment in the Adventure of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow segment that Disney made that I love. I've always wanted to go visit Terrytown and Sleepy Hollow, but it's... Every time that comes around, I have something else planned. Like, right now, I have the trip to Florida planned, so... I won't be able to do that. And then I want to go to PAX East in March, so... Yeah, I won't be able to do any of that stuff. But it's okay. I have faith in myself. Alright, we have one more Mark Leota question and two more anonymous ones that we can wrap this up on, and then I gotta decide quickly who I'm gonna be. But judging from the things, it looks like I might be Donkey Kong. Although Yoshi does have a lot of pretty nifty items and strategies for himself. But, I don't know. Alright, what is Mark's next question? How did you first start your YouTube channel? Honestly, the reason I started my YouTube channel was my dad used to give us each a select amount of time on the computer every day. So some of the time I'd use only like half an hour, and I'd use the rest of my time just to play video games or something like that on like my GameCube. I wasn't really interested in watching videos on YouTube until, like I said in the retrospective video, I started watching openings videos and the fake openings videos that people were making. And I was actually leaving a bunch of comments and having a lot of good conversations with people, in particular System Operator, aka Jiminy Cricket as he's known now. I've gotten along with him really well, and the problem was I used my dad's account on YouTube, and he kept getting annoyed by all the emails that he was getting. That is, hey, look, you got somebody replied to your comment, and he's like, why would I comment on a Disney video? And then he's like, oh great, Michael's been using the thing again. And then it got to be, well, why don't you just make your own channel? And that's basically what I did. I made my own channel, and I wanted to upload stuff, but I didn't know how to upload. I didn't know how to make videos. So I began tinkering around with Windows Movie Maker, and then Eureka, I started pumping out videos, and since then, the rest is basically history. 10 years of history, in fact. Oh wow, 30 coin battle. This is going to be interesting. This could determine the game. Oh, and it's Eyesore too. I would like to play that one, but it's too late now. Oh well. Alright, we have two more questions left, and they're both anonymous ones. Will you ever bring back your videos about your planned book series? I assume you're talking about author's note. And to be honest, I don't really see a reason to at the moment. Not because I'm not writing, because I am. In fact, I take basically what I have is I have a few hours off. Like the day before I go to work, I always have a few hours before I'd have to go to bed and wake up and then go to work. Oh my god, Wario, come on, dude. And the reason I stopped doing them was because they were just not popular enough, and I thought about bringing them back, but because I've done so much changes to the story, I would basically need to have to start from scratch, and that's basically what I've done with the story. So to be honest, there's basically no reason for me to start that series up again unless I'm in much better shape when it comes to making the videos. So that's an unfortunate no for that particular question. Alright, and we have one last question. I'm going to make sure I don't have any other ones that are hidden in messages or things from people before I answer this one. Page manager. No. Alright. So all we have is one more... Sorry. We have one more question left to ask. And the question is, if you are still taking a vacation to Florida this year, which I'm basically 95% sure that I am, will you be making videos while you're there? That is an affirmative. I will be doing sort of like a a vlog stream of videos that I'm going to be doing when I'm down there. I plan on going to Florida for about a week in November. And it's going to be my birthday week, so except for the second year in a row, there's going to be no birthday bash. Last year it was because I lost my grandfather. This year it's because I'm just not going to have the time to make it. I will likely be off the internet for a while, but I'm going to be uploading them as often as I can once I'm in Wi-Fi, because, in case you didn't know, I'm going to Disney World to celebrate my 25th birthday, and it's going to be fun. We're trying to plan things out about how and when we're doing things and why we're doing things and all that. And if I had it my way, I'd basically make as many videos as I could for this time. So that would include like maybe a couple of camera, or using my phone camera to show me on like certain rides, because I have not been to Disney since New Year's 2012 was the last time I was in Disney, and they've changed a lot. They have the Snow White ride in Magic Kingdom now. They have Toy Story Land. They have the Star Wars Land in the studios is going to be open very soon. And they've done a lot of stuff to it. And while I know Magic Kingdom and I'd say Magic Kingdom and Epcot, I probably know the best like the back of my hand. I'd love to go there and be challenged again. So I'm probably not going to videotape the entire experience, but I am going to videotape like maybe a couple of rides or something like that. And then when I take a break, I'm going to basically talk to you guys about doing anything else. Like I'll talk to like, oh, well, I want to thank you guys for wishing me a happy birthday and all that. The only thing is I cannot be in Magic Kingdom on the day of my birthday because they're doing some sort of, I think it's their first Christmas events are occurring that week. And while we would be able to stay there till midnight if we joined up for the events, sorry Yoshi, while we could still technically sign up for the events, honestly, the only part that gets screwed out in terms of like the extra magic hours and stuff, because we are staying on the resort property. We're going to be staying at, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be staying at, one of the All-Star resorts at that time. And the only park that does not have extra magic hours during our stay there is Magic Kingdom, is the studios, and the reason, I don't know what the reason for that would be, but I don't know. The Monday that we're there, it's extra magic hours at Animal Kingdom. Unfortunately, that's the day we're arriving, so there's not going to be any way we could indulge in that. Tuesday is, I believe, Epcot. Wednesday is Magic Kingdom. Thursday is also Epcot. So we'll probably end up doing Animal Kingdom the day of my birthday. But yeah, that's pretty much all the questions. I really don't have much else to say, and to be honest, I don't know who's going to win this Mario Party game. But I am going to take possession of a character now for these last few turns. I don't know why he just jumped, but okay. Honestly, the character I'm going to take possession of, if the screen will let me pause. Goodbye, Skeleton Key. I'm going to be taking control of Waluigi. Sorry about that. Alright, now I can actually get into the Mario Party groove again. I have to be in some sort of Mario Party groove, because if I'm not... Oh my god, poor Yoshi. Ooh, I'm on a team with my brother. And eats a pizza, yeah! Good thing we're getting all my good games. All my favorite games, at least. Alright, let's do this. Waluigi's very hungry. Waluigi's very hungry. In fact, the N-Man has considered moving to be Waluigi in Mario Party 5 when he gets around to it. But that's Project 39. Wario, you can't just leave me. Wario, why are you going for those ones? Wario, you fool! You're just lucky Waluigi's really hungry. Oh, man, that hurt. That hurt. I would assume Donkey Kong's gonna have the, I would assume DK is gonna have the Coin Star. Minigame, I think, is up in the air. I honestly don't know. That's why I'm like, you know what? I could pick being Waluigi. Why not? Hold on, let me see. I am right close to the star, so... no. How many turns are left? How many turns are left? Let me pause the game! Controller, why are you deceiving me? Alright, so I do have a couple of shots at getting this. But DK does too, and he just got a really good roll. And he's gonna buy a mushroom. I guess because he knows he's gonna... I think he could actually get it now. I think he got it. He is 2 steps away, so I need an incredible roll to get that one. Yoshi, that was a bad move. Unless you get them from Wario right now, and no, you don't. Wow, I love how even Bowser has to pay at the freaking Koopa Bank. That was absolutely evil. I am so sorry. Alright, Crazy Cogs. I guess I could do some sort of an update while I'm playing. Granted, I haven't done one in a while. Mario Sunshine is going along fairly well. I'm going to be making a few more videos tomorrow, barring any unforeseeable circumstances. I have 16 done at the moment. I think I still have about 8 or 9 left to go. But it should... I'm out. But it should be done within the next couple of weeks, and then we can move on to editing my next project. And also recording the 39th project, so I can have set another project on the back burner while I'm working on another. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. Make sure I always have one that's ready to start editing at an instant, just in case something goes wrong. Alright. DK is getting that star this next turn no matter what. So let's see. Unless I get a really good roll. And that was good enough. Alright. That'll put Waluigi in the lead, but I don't know how long he can hold it. I wish I had taken up earlier so I could at least assure myself of the coin lead. And Wario's gonna get that one next turn. Ooh! It's your lucky day. Answer this question. Let's see. What kind of item would you like to have? I'll take an average item. Ooh, I get a rare item! Ooh, the Koopa card! Ooh! How much money is in the bank right now? Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be passing it. Oh well. Oh well. If it had been like the Wacky Watch, I could have extended this even longer than it is. A reverse mushroom for the Yoster. Interesting. Interesting strategy this game has when Yoshi is the guy. Swamp Pole, okay. So it's random buttons for me. Oh boy, I gotta figure out which button C now. This is gonna be fun. I think it's the bottom trigger? Nope, not it. Not it. There we go. Top right, top right, top right. Shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Shit. Shit, come on. Oh, come on. We're almost there. Yeah, we lost. Oh well. If I knew where the stupid Z button was, I would have been fine, or at least I would have been closer, but oh well. Alright. DK's got the coin star locked down. I think this is his game. Because if he gets minigame and coin, he beats anybody in a tie. I think Waluigi is happening, which is why I picked him, in case you didn't know. And the star is... no one's on their way to that one. Ooh! I can go to the bank if I get a good enough roll. Alright. Hold on. Can I use this? Oh. Oh, well, that sucks. Oh, well. Doesn't look like there was much in there anyway, so... I could have done Game Guy, and I could have knocked out DK. That's another thing that could have happened. Don't you just love spring and summertime allergies? Aren't they just the bee's knees? And don't you just love how I get them every year? Even though I'm so hepped up on Benadryl, it's like crazy. Alright, come on, give me a good game to end this out with. That is not a good game! Oh well. It's not the end of the world. If I don't win one of these. You're used to that by now. I don't think I've won a Q&A Mario Party video in some time. Alright. Cheap, cheap. Alright. Thank you, cheap, cheap again. And I just fell in again. I think this is Wario's game. But hey, I made it to the third. Oh no, it's not! It's mine! Nice! I thought Wario had his third one. But no, apparently that was mine. I am very curious as to how this game's going to play out. I have no... DK has coin, and I think Waluigi is happening. If DK gets any of the other bonus stars, he wins. If minigame goes to who I think it's going to go to, I think DK wins. The only way for me to win outright is if Wario gets the minigame. So let's see. Minigame. Wario! That means it's a win! So coin goes to the monkey. And happening. Oh, DK still wins! Oh, that last happening space saved him. That is evil. Oh well. Donkey Kong doesn't win enough on this board. Goodbye, Yoshi. Goodbye, Jake and the Fat Man. Goodbye, me. And congratulations, Monkey Man. Even though you won on Boo's Haunted Bash, and I will never forgive you for that. Congratulations, Monkey. I am curious to see how close the final totals were, so let's see. Minigames. Wasn't that far off. I was in last, so I didn't back the right horse for that one. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Okay, so that's it for this time. Join me next time for another Q&A session. And if you're still here for the long haul, join me again in next week when I upload the next part of the anniversary special, Ant-Man Out of Context. Until we meet again, my lovelies, sayonara.